Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Professors of Profit Vlogcast. I'm your host, Dr. F Scott Feil. I have with me today a PTA who has gone on to do amazing things, one of which is an interesting stream of revenue she's added recently. I have with me today Kim Nartker. Kim, tell me a little bit about what you've been up to lately and this kind of side hustle that's now turned into a full-time hustle and a new stream of revenue for your business.
Yeah, thank you so much, F. Scott. I so appreciate you bringing me on the show and giving me this opportunity to reach out to other rehab professionals to tell them what I'm doing. So a little bit about it. So I own a physical therapy private practice in Ohio, and it has been successful on the PT side. We all have the same struggles every PT clinic has. However, actually the same year as COVID, in January, I said, I need to see if my customers will pay cash for what I'm doing because it's so different than typical PT. So I'm going to step to the side and be a stretch mobility coach. I just made up the name and walked up to my office manager and blew me away. Within 2 weeks, my schedule was 100% full. And I thought, well, I didn't want to treat. This is a problem, a good problem, no doubt. Went into COVID with a full schedule, waiting list, full schedule of these people wanting to get in the door, and now face the challenge of having to find someone, train them and hire them and train them. And that training program took 3 months one-on-one. And I thought, this has to be streamlined. I have to be able to if the people are hungry for this, I have to be able to get the staff to be able to do this because it works. So now we're bringing in probably about $38K a month, and it's been consistent revenue for a year and a half.
Wow, that's just amazing. I mean, you're basically just solving a problem. You're literally coming up with a solution. You're giving people the answer to the solution, and they're obviously gladly paying for it. So that's awesome.
It's under an umbrella, Scott, of stretching, because that word is a buzzword to the consumer. Do know, because only rehab professionals can train and be certified in this. I'm not just giving stretching.
Yeah.
Okay. It is so much more comprehensive than that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's talk about that a little bit. So, it seems like a perfect fit for those in the rehab profession, right? Why should PTAs or PTs or athletic trainers or, whoever fits under the umbrella, why should they pursue something like this? What are some of the high points of this that really make a lot of sense for the rehab profession?
Yeah. So number one is, most of us are burnout, tired of having to see 4 to 8 people a day. We went into the profession to help people. Okay. And we're not helping people. We see that we're pushing them through a schedule, but we see the failure. We see it every day, F. Scott, that these people come back and go, PT didn't work. And it does work. We are amazing at how we can help people. However, because of the insurance standards and physician standards, we have to follow everybody else's rules except for ours. So this teaches you how to follow your rules so that you can truly listen and help a client wherever they are, so that they can achieve their personal goals.
Yeah, I hate to say this, but we've had the conversation time and time again, and sometimes having a professional license can be a handcuff situation. You're expected to practice to the highest level of your degree and license, right?
Right.
And sometimes that just gets so limiting that it almost makes sense to not have a license, right? If a personal trainer can just come along and do whatever the heck they want and charge, cash and not have any governing body or guidance, as far as what's right and what's wrong, why are we having to go through, all this credentialing and licensure and jump through the hoops, when, we've taken all the training, we've done all the education, like we know what we're talking about, let us do our thing, but unfortunately, the healthcare system is kind of broken right now, and we're trying to find ways to fix it. So this is kind of a good approach to that, I think.
Yeah, and it gives that rehab professional that has a license the ability to use all of the skill that they have without risking their license and
Yeah,
without having to downgrade to be a personal trainer and limit themselves.
I love that. I love
Mhm.
that. So tell us a little bit, in the time that you've been doing this, tell us a little bit about tips or tricks or pointers, or just any advice that you can give to somebody looking to get into this and start, learning as a mobility or stretch coach. What is some of the things that you've learned that would be helpful to somebody just getting started?
Yeah, you need to listen to your customer. You need to find out what their problems are, what problems they're faced with, and why that bothers them. Because as a physical therapist, we learn a little bit and we make a recommendation based on what we learned. If you truly learn what your client is going through and how it affects them in their daily life and how it bothers them, you can provide that solution that they want and they'll pay for it. And there's no argument, and they come back and they appreciate you. So listen to your customer, really understand why they want what they want. F. Scott, if somebody wants to do a split, what makes them crazy for wanting to be able to do a split? Because you and I, we know it's not going to happen in 30 days. You know that the body can do it, but if you can build that program towards what their goal is, these people will stay with you. But if you burst their bubble and go, listen, you don't need to be doing splits because they're bad for you. I mean, I'd walk away from you every day.
Yeah, so I think, easing and addressing their pain points, and again, people have different reasons for their goals and for what they want to do, and I feel like overall, like, we as rehab professionals do a pretty good job of listening to those goals. I think maybe early on in our career, we have in our mind what the goals should be, and we just kind of set them. Whereas as you learn to, like you said, listen to the patient a little bit more and hear their story and hear their why for what they're coming to you for, right?
Mhm.
Then we start involving them in the goal setting. We start bringing them in for that, and that really becomes a point of customer service. Really, you're trying to give
That
them the Disney experience here.
Well, I think that's important, but the bigger component of it too is then you coach them through it. So then is where you coach, you empower, and you educate. That's a crucial component that is missing.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge, and coaching has been a huge buzzword as well lately.
Mhm.
And again, I think it kind of maybe started back when CrossFit started picking up a little bit more. They're
Probably.
people that taught the courses were called coaches, right? And they were helping coach people through their workouts and stuff. So it's kind of caught back on again, and it's made its way into several different realms at this point. But walk us through, like, a little bit of the process. Let's just say, let's say I'm a PTA and I'm looking to start, this little side hustle thing here, and I want to get involved in this. What does it look like from, like, a training standpoint to then a normal everyday for this PTA once they've completed their training? Tell me a little bit about what that looks like from start to finish.
Yeah, so it depends on which level you're going towards. Okay, there right now we have a level 1 and a level 2, and a level 1 is good for a new grad up to 4 years. Okay, for that person who has greater than 4 years experience and is more comfortable in understanding the human body and what prevention looks like, because we're not taught that aside from ACL prevention and things like that. I'm talking chronic pain prevention, helping ease arthritis, really learning areas we don't touch upon. Okay. Um, it should take a level 1 person up and going probably a couple weeks for getting business stuff started, getting all their paperwork, because we supply all of that. Okay. Walking you through all your paperwork you need, getting your system started, your scheduling, blah, 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 blah. Get that up and going. Then going in and doing your coursework to become a certified level 1. In 2 weeks, you should already be practicing on people and giving free consults to get people in front of you so you can practice more, because let's face it, we're already skilled. You're just learning a new and improved skill that a customer likes. So within a couple of weeks, you should be able to get people in front of you. Level 2, you are required to take a joint mobilization class for that certification and have to have at least 4 to 5 years experience for that one. Again, business startup, if you're starting your own, it's going to take a couple of weeks because there's factors that I can't control in that. Get yourself set up and then go through at least your low back and hip practicum with me. And then you can start promoting low back mobility and stretching for those clients. And you can start taking on those clients. Then you can, it totally is dependent upon what you want to do. Now, you get that person in the clinic. Typical stretching, we do a 3-month program, and our stretching is not just stretching. So it also includes a phased exercise program that starts them with isometrics to refire and get those deep muscles firing again. But it's more of a person who wants maintenance and wants to improve flexibility. Okay, so that's your clients. You need to know your target. A level 2 is going to fix the problem. Okay, so they're going to find where the joints are restricted. They're going to unlock those and stabilize those and then put them through a program. And typically it's about 12 visits that they see them for, and then they cycle them into the next phase of the program. And the program is completely drawn out for you. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. It's a recipe that you can put your person through. So now you're confident and you can give a result. Your customer loves it. And you are looking like, wow, you are the specialist in the area. You're the only person who has ever done this.
Yeah, that sounds pretty comprehensive overall. I like the approach. I think it's definitely, obviously it's a need, right? The community's loving it. So, kudos for that. Well, Kim, where can people reach out to you if they want to find out more about this program, or if they want to see what you're up to these days? Where can they find you on social media or email?
Yeah, right now I have a PT income, PT income, wellness income secrets on Facebook, that group. TheStretchMobilityCoach.com is the website that we're building, and we're still building that. So TheStretchMobilityCoach.com. And of course, Kimberly McAllister Nartker, you can just PM me and my page will lead you straight to that wellness group. I'm also starting a podcast, which you are on, and that will be starting March 1st, which is Women's History Month.
Nice. Very good alignment.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. And that is Rehab to Wellness Boss podcast. And it's a business owner, successful startup. And that boss came from you.
Well, definitely happy to be a part of that. Like, happy to have you on here. I think, we'll put all the links and everything in the show notes. Just really proud to be a part of your journey. I mean, it's been a long, fortuitous friendship that we've had for many years. So it's been good to kind of see your growth and, see all the cool things that you're up to. And that's why I love having people like you on the show, because, it's just fun. It's fun to catch up and see what people are up to and what's working and what's not. And I think this will be a great episode for, the entire rehab field. So for people that are looking to add different streams of revenue and do some different things, I think this is right up their alley. So thank you for that. I appreciate you.
Thank you very much. And we're in, I think, 5 states now. So
Ooh,
let's
growing
get it
quick.
Yep. Let's get it into all US and take it national.
I love it. Yeah, that should be no problem. It seems like, with the rate that you're growing. So keep up the great work. And like I said, we'll drop the links in the show notes so people can reach out to you.
Thanks so much, F Scott. Appreciate you.